Hi, I'm Eduardo Fracassi, and I am presenting for CAETS Argentina 2021 ITBA's Climate Change Awareness Initiative. Well, ITBA is an engineering school in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and it has mostly engineering degrees like industrial engineering, electronics engineering, systems engineering, um, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, petroleum engineering, and several others. And since the 90s, 1990s, it worked with MIT and organization, system thinking, organization change, uh, design, organizational change issues. One of the subjects that one of the most important subjects is system dynamics. And well, one of these projects is really this climate awareness initiative, climate change awareness initiative that is done for one climate. And what are the results of this initiative? Well, we have done events, climate change awareness, in Argentina mostly in ITA. Now all ITBA first year students go through one of these two events, two climate change awareness events. They have to deliver an assignment and they participate in one simulation. Other universities like the University of Buenos Aires, UCES, UTDT, and the government of the city of Buenos Aires environment office, the Rotary Club, and many secondary schools like my school, Instituto Inmaculada, Fadi Bruno. In Brazil, we worked mostly with federal universities like the Universidade de Bahia, de Brasília, de Santa Catarina, de Espírito Santo, the Rio de Janeiro, and the state of Tocantins, and the University of Tocantins, the private Fundación Getúlio Vargas, and the Instituto Federal that covers most of has about 200 locations in Brazil. In Colombia, we were in many cities and the universities that are found there, like Universidad de los Andes in Bogotá, Universidad de Cartagena, en la ciudad de Cartagena, the Universidad del Valle in Cali, and the Universidad Tadeo Lozano in Cartagena de Indias and in the city of Costa Rica. We were at INCAE, so it's a business school, and Mexico mostly in the Tecnológico de Monterrey and through the climate reality. In 2013, we started measuring the effectiveness of these events, and we did a longitudinal study with pre-post surveys. This study was very much interesting for the Climate Interactive, this and MIT. Took our work, they improved it and published it in the PLOS ONE journal. So I was finally the third author of this research project. Another interesting project that of the ITBA's Climate Change Awareness Initiative was participating in the years of 2016 and 17 in the Climate Collab International competition organized by MIT. So several proposals are presented and they are voted and evaluated by the MIT faculty, and we won the competition in 2016 in the industry category with a presentation done by this girl. She was only 16 and sorry, 19. And well, she observed her fathers that were using the air conditioner at a low temperature of 15 degrees Celsius, and she thought, well, they're cold, they're using extra blankets because they feel cold. So why don't they use the air conditioner equipment at 22 degrees, 23 or 24 or 25? So we did some research and presented a paper, did a presentation, and we won the competition. And our recommendation was implemented by the government. This one in which is the president of Argentina in the year 2016. This is Roses, the director at that time, and the president of the ITBA government board. And the others, mostly girls, are my students' helpers that help me with the organizing the events. Well, these are some networks that helped us do these workshops through Latin America. We have the Latin American System Dynamic Chapter, the System Dynamics Association, that's this one. People from Brazil, and the Climate Reality Project, with mostly Brazil, Mexico, and many countries. So here is the climate action simulator. I'm going to show you some minutes to go into the simulation. This simulator can work in different languages. This is German, English, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Turkish, Russian, and then we have I don't know which this is. I think it's Arabic, and this might be Japanese, and these are two forms of Chinese. So we can reset the simulation, and we can see that this is the basis scenario. This is what will happen if we just let things run as they are running now. Somewhere in the gap, this graph at the left shows through the 21st century. You see the years down. The quantity of energy produced from several different energy sources. Like in brown, you have coal. You see, coal is a cheap fossil fuel, and is mostly used in many countries. Oil in red, we have in green renewables. In blue, I skipped on. We have natural gas. This methane. Methane is 80 times more dangerous for the dangerous than the carbon dioxide, which is the polluter of the atmosphere. Then we have in purple the bioenergy. In light blue, we have, here you can see it in this very thin line, clear. And new energy, for example, new energy would be new zero carbon energy are in development. They are not proven energies. They are risky in that sense because they have not been tested. We can see about it might be thorium, or also could be fashion energy. So the simulator shows you if you could subsidize a new zero carbon energy, you will get this orange source of energy. The temperature would go down. I will repeat, go temperature go down. Well, in this graph, we see the emissions, total greenhouse gas emissions through the century from the year 2000 to the year 2100. And in this axis, we have the gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent a year. This is emission year. So emissions are going up. And people, when you speak with people, they will say, well, to solve climate crisis, we need to foster renewals. And we do that in the simulator. And you see, I will repeat the change. We move this lever, fostering the new renewables, 2 degrees. We could also tax renewables, and you see, let's from we tax foster new energy for renewals. We could work with coal, oil, and natural gas that we could tax, for example, tax coal, oil, natural gas. The temperature could go down, emissions down. You could also subsidize coal. If you subsidize coal, this is the scenario you will get. So the simulator shows these are the energy supply actions, climate actions. We could also fix a tax on carbon, direct tax on carbon usage paid by consumers. This is a carbon price, a carbon potential. It's a powerful initiative. I will explain a little later. And then transport sector, we could work on the efficiency and the electrification of either transport or the buildings and industry sectors. For example, energy efficiency measures would be separating cars from buses, like the Metrobus system in Buenos Aires. Same with lorries and trucks. Helps because they have a different dynamic response. So you separate them and you end up saving energy. You could use bicycles. You could get people to, that is done in some countries in Europe. You can get foster people to walk some when it's possible. Electrification is using electric cars and vehicles like electric buses or trains are possible. So electrification of buildings, for example, all that has to do with heating. Could be you eliminate natural gas and you have only electricity. Other measures are deforestation. We can work against the deforestation and plant new trees, diminish emissions from industry of methane from the food chain. Food chain, you have waste, food waste, you have cattle emissions of meat, and also rice generates much methane. And well, agriculture also produces gases, nitrous oxides that are also harmful. And well, those measures can be included in the simulator. Lastly, we have technological carbon removal, and this means there are many options. You see them here. You get either on the slide, you will get bioenergy with capture and carbon capture and sequestration, planting trees, biochar, um, agriculture, using sound agriculture practices, transforming carbon dioxide into mineral, and the direct air capture with machinery and chemical substances. Oh, solutions might work, but they are work in progress. So let's restart the simulator. What are the most popular uh, actions by people to solve climate change? For example, fostering the renewables. But it is it's that doesn't get much result, mostly because of this. Because as you now, renewables are the cheapest source of energy. So if you make it cheaper, what people will do is consume much more. They will get demand, energy demand will increase. People use more energy because it's cheaper. So another measure that we climate actions that we can do is setting taxes to the fossil fuels. You can get also some results from that. Um, as you um, you have more renewables and less, but they don't disappear. These three fossil sources are not really gone. Another measures suggested by people are planting trees, very hill, or protecting our forests. Those measures, the idea is to get trees to protect your things. Then someone's recommend uh, keeping methane out of the atmosphere by changing your food, the foods that you eat, reducing the emissions from industry. As you see, you can get emissions from agriculture and waste emissions, and energy and industry emissions. Those are the two sources of energy um, for methane. This is a um, scenario than that we've seen before here at 3.6. Now we're halfway. So to really make a difference, we all need some energy efficiency, and this is the energy demand. I will redo the last change. You see how this blue line goes down, there's less demand of energy, and thus you have less energy needed. And now, if you, for example, you have all electric vehicles and you have less oil, oil goes down. I will redo the change. If you electrify, you less oil, electrified bill to have an extra value. And then, very important measure that we have to do is carbon pricing. For example, a very low carbon price of $100 per ton really make a difference. You see in this chart, you can get a very close agreement that is practically a success scenario, and with a little luck with technological removal, we get to the finally we get to Paris Agreement. So that's a solution to the climate crisis. A better one would be to leave all fossil fuels in the ground, and that could be done by blocking the building of new infrastructure. So then you have 1.9 and go for oil. Finally, for natural gas, we might get a little lower. That is 1.8. So this is a Paris Agreement scenario. To end the presentation, um, we have used this simulator by Climate Interactive and this initiative. And that's all. Thank you so much. I'm Eduardo Fracassi. Mail if you want to write to me for any comment